Anybody else?
All right. I want to speak on. I gotta speak on this, man. I gotta say. I gotta say rest in peace to my bro RasG. RasG, man.
Rest in peace, RasG.
Legendary producer, motherfucker, man. Good dude, good peoples, man. I I gotta briefly tell my little situation of how I started fucking with RasG. Let me tell you, man. Look here. I was at a coffee shop in my fucking neighborhood, the predominantly white neighborhood over here, at the coffee shop, and they had a magazine in there called Record Magazine. It's like 2011, some shit like that. So I get this magazine and got RasG on the cover. I ain't never seen this nigga before, but he looked like Sun Ra from the jazz shit. And then I was just intrigued. I was buzzing off the fucking coffee, so I went on and read the interview and shit, and I was like, okay, let's check this nigga out. Went home, pulled this nigga up on motherfucking computer, bumped this shit, his beats. I was like, oh, this nigga shit is hard. He dope. This nigga dope. I can't believe it. So then I was starting the Compton's Righteous Twitter page. The Compton's Righteous Twitter page. You feel me? Because I was in Compton's Righteous, you understand me? Yes, and it wasn't no Twitter page before this. I was like, let me get it popping. So I got the Twitter page up and started following motherfuckers, man. And to my surprise, a lot of motherfuckers was hitting me like when I follow them, like, oh shit, this Compton's Righteous, this Compton's Righteous, what's up, nigga? Oh, nigga, we fuck with you, nigga, I fuck with you. Where you been? Da-da-da. Oh, man, it was cool. But anyway, RasG, I follow RasG, and RasG hit me back like, oh, nigga, this Compton's Righteous, what's up? Is this Jim C over here? And I was like, yeah, nigga, this Jim C, nigga. He was like, nigga, this is my number, nigga. Shot me his number. I called that nigga. That nigga just like, nigga, pull up, nigga, come through, nigga. Just invited a nigga to his lab, space base over there off of Slauson. Nigga invited a nigga, I don't even know this nigga. Invited a nigga over there to the crib.
That's what's up, man.
I didn't know shit. This nigga gave me a full education on music that I didn't know shit. I did not know what was currently going on. I just found out about this nigga. I'm not knowing he like he fuck with Flyinglotus and Sam I Am and all these motherfuckers. I ain't knowing they all on the same like level and shit. I ain't knowing. So I go over this nigga crib, look at his lab. I'm just astounded by the space base, how it's set up. I'm like, nigga, you is motherfucking chilling over here, nigga. I see you, nigga. You just got this shit perfectly set up for music production, comfortable. Nigga just started blazing giant backwoods on a nigga, playing fire beats and shit. And then the nigga was like, yeah, nigga, this is why I'm famous right here. This is why people fuck with me. Then he showed me the SP404. And I was like, well, what the fuck is that? He was like, see this right here? See, this enable a motherfucker like me to make beats, a producer, to do a live show. So now I got multiple samplers up here, different sources for sounds and shit, and it's all coming through this SP404. Damn. And see, this device was supposed to be used for some other shit, but since I'm a genius ass nigga that I am, I figured, hey, you could do this with it. So next thing I know, I'm doing live shows with it, and I was the first one to do that. And everybody copied off of me. He said, hey, I showed my homies DBIC and Flyinglotus, but everybody copied off of me. Damn. So here's a nigga who revolutionized music in that space that a lot of people don't really pay attention to, but in that space, this nigga revolutionized that type of music.
Damn.
He was like, this is why I'm famous, nigga. And I was like, okay, I feel you, my nigga.
That's cold.
I feel you, my nigga. Gave that nigga a stack of Compton's Righteous shirts, man. That nigga said, let me get one of them, some of them for Steve. Mm-hmm. Steve was Flyinglotus. Let me get some of them for Steve. So then, you know, nigga gave that nigga a stack of Compton's Righteous t-shirts, man. You know, blaze some more. Then I didn't talk to that nigga for a minute. Then I seen the nigga wore the Compton's Righteous shirt on the episode of the Boiler Room where this nigga do like a set. He was up in like San Francisco somewhere. This nigga had on the Compton's Righteous shirt. So he hooked it. So we got that as a forever thing. You feel me? Like some legendary shit, man. The whole set with the Compton's Righteous shirt on. So then, you know... Then a nigga came and did the podcast. I had him on the podcast, so I re-uploaded that episode. I know niggas probably was hot, like, nigga, what niggas uploading this old shit for right here, man? I uploaded that because that nigga is rest in peace. It's a classic. That nigga ain't did no. That nigga don't even do podcasts. That's probably like that might be the only podcast he on long form like that. It might be some other ones out there, but. For like an hour and a half of him talking, I think that might be like the only one that long, man, for RasG. I'm telling y'all. If y'all ain't listen to that, y'all should listen to that. Y'all see that nigga, listen. That nigga RasG was a smart motherfucker, man. That nigga was hella smart. That nigga was like, that nigga lifestyle was get up in the morning, eating vegan, put some fire on some sage, then put some fire on some kush, and start making beats all day. Then go get some Ethiopian food. You feel me? And then repeat that shit the next day. And then release music continuously releasing different projects, limited edition, cassette, CD, tape. Everything. You feel me? Shit selling out, can't get it no more. Shit going on eBay while he was alive. I don't know how much that shit going for now. You know what I'm saying? That nigga be on tour all through Europe, Japan, all type of shit, all through Russia, on tour. Then, like, what's so dope about the nigga is you ask a nigga some real shit, like a nigga like, yeah, man, I gotta go to Japan and shit. You know, he telling me, yeah, I gotta go to Japan for like 2 weeks and shit. I'm like, yeah, man, that sound kind of dope, man. Like, Japan seem like that's just good, you know, good to just be out there, to eat the Japanese food and shit. He's like, man, Japan is weak. You can't smoke no weed. So it's just like you tortured. You like there and it's just you tortured because you can't smoke no weed. So why you even here? You know what I'm saying? I was like,
no, man.
And then
I was supposed to go to Japan, man. I'm gonna smoke, man. I ain't gonna smoke.
It was like, man, if you get caught smoking weed out there, you going to prison. If you smoking a joint, you going to prison, nigga.
So
it's
could
super bad if you get caught smoking weed out there. So he's like, nigga.
Hold on, I got a question though.
Then okay.
Is it just having the actual marijuana?
If you have any weed.
Hold on, even if you got like a wax pen?
You got a joint, and I think anything. I think if you have any, I don't know about that. I got
the little wax pen.
I don't know about. I'm assuming anything. They not fucking around in Japan, bro. They not. Niggas is going to prison out there.
But you know that shit don't even leave really no sense.
Niggas is going to prison. I don't know. All right, but anyway, like this nigga, like some other shit he clowned me on. He was like, Coachella was coming up, or Coachella was happening. I think this was when he was on the podcast. Coachella was happening, and I was like, yeah, man, it would be cool to be like, go fuck with Coachella, check out Coachella. You know what I'm saying? He was like, man. He was like, I did that shit. He was like, so basically you want to be hot and dirty. And I was in the air conditioned part. So it was cool. I was in the air conditioned part. Then I just went back to my hotel room. And I was like, fuck that shit. There was motherfuckers out there hot and dirty, walking around in it. And I, you know, hey, man, I was in the AC part. I got something to eat. And I was back to the hotel room after my set. Fuck that.
I bet. No, I'm talking like how many.
You don't even want to be out there in that shit. He was like, you don't even. That's some white people shit. He just like, that's a white boy shit, my nigga. You didn't see that. I mean, you know, you hot and dirty, man, and the car is way the fuck over there. You ain't like you just going to the car.
I might have to perform.
It's a whirlwind. Oh, see, if you performing, see, that's some different shit. You backstage with the AC.
With the AC, though.
You know what I'm saying? That's what he said. He said, I did my set, and I was back there with the AC, and I looked at that hot shit, and I just went back to my room.
Talking about, yeah, bro, I'm chilling.
Started blowing some weed. Fuck that.
Chilling.
But anyway, rest in peace, RasG. And then here's the cold part. I just want to throw on there, man. And I thought the podcast I did with him was dope. But the final part, I can't say it all in this. I got more. I'm just gonna have RasG stories because I got other shit that I can say about this nigga. But I'm gonna say what I am thankful for, man, and this is some real shit right here. I want all my motherfuckers who fuck with the BOSSMACK topsoil to feel me. Like about 2 months ago, maybe 2 months ago, I was, you know, I always kept up with when this nigga posting shit on Instagram, and I seen like, oh, he was doing a show in my, like, close to my hood, like on El Segundo and Avalon, which is some weird ass shit, at this spot called the Boom Boom Room. It's the old Eve After the Dark that where Dre and them used to be DJing at. We used to go and be jocking Dre and them up in there back when it was the old Eve After the Dark. It was like a club where it was like a hood club, but the bitches used to go to some dangerous shit. But anyway, it's called the Boom Boom Room now. So this nigga RasG doing a show at the Boom Boom Room in the middle of the week. So a nigga roll up there. It's probably like about 25, 30 people at this show. Now this nigga RasG, now, you know, that, like I said, this nigga is like some Flyinglotus eclectic beast. This nigga got a crowd, like, you know, it ain't like this nigga whack or nothing like that. But the area that this show is just crazy, because, you know, you feel me, this the hood right here. But anyway, I went to this show, and RasG just did a bomb ass show. It was just a dope show. I just felt compelled to go see that nigga like 2 months ago. Watched him do the live show. That was like my first time seeing it. It was like, even though it was just a few of us in there, it was like I watched like a performance on the level of like Miles Davis or some type of shit. On the real. After the show was over, I just embraced the nigga. I embraced that nigga, and I said, my nigga, you are a fucking genius in your craft and skill For you to do this in a room with 30 motherfuckers to demonstrate that type of skill, man, you are a master of your craft, bro. It was an honor to check that shit out right there, my nigga. From the heart, my nigga.
That's dope.
And then I was like, yo, my nigga. I gotta get a picture. Then this the cold part right here. I was like, hey man, I gotta get a picture to commemorate this, cause this was, I wanna commemorate this. And he was like, nigga, you don't need no picture. You could call me. You could call me, bro. What we need pictures and shit for? I was like, you know what, dog? I feel you, my nigga. I feel you.
He was just like, in that moment, it's just like, we was cool.
Hey, man. Rest in peace, RasG. That nigga dope, man. That nigga is dope. To me, he on the J Dilla level. He on the same level as J Dilla. He on the same level. And I knew that nigga. I feel blessed. I feel blessed that I got to know that nigga and be able to associate that with that nigga, and for it to be through music, through respect from musical skills. Through that, this nigga was cool with me, and that's what made it such a blessing for a motherfucker of that caliber to show me love in that space. Not even BOSSMACK space, Compton's righteous space. So you feel me? But anyway, rest in peace, RasG. His celebration is this weekend. This nigga, they just having his funeral at Lamert Park, like in the whole Lamert Park. I think it's on Saturday. It's Saturday the 10th. This should be out by the end. They're having a big ass funeral for him in the park. It's gonna be like a festival concert type of thing. Cause this nigga was all Lamert Park, period. All right.